Hey, what's up? Welcome to this Trini Will Travel. Now, I know you're accustomed to hearing welcome to this Trini Will, but this Trini Will has always stemmed from this Trini Will Travel. This is day 5 of celebrating my first year on YouTube, and of course, with celebration also comes with reflection. So, looking back on my channel over the last year, due to these circumstances under which we are, travel is not something that can be featured, so you can't do travel vlogs, etc. But over the past year, I basically have not done any content on travel, and this is like content that I actually want to do. So while I may not be able to do travel vlogs, there are some aspects of travel that we can still think about or enjoy while we readily await the next time we can hop on a plane, next time we can, I don't know. I know there's certain things that we all miss about travel, so I thought that what would be a better time than to introduce the aspect of the channel that has been missing over the last year, which is travel. So anytime I'll be doing traveling videos or anything related to travel, it will be this Trini will travel, and right now it will be this Trini will travel again. Now, if you hear from before, you know that I got this map for Christmas 2020. It's a scratch off map, and listen, I don't think in this life I'll be able to scratch off every single country or continent that's available there, but I do hope to see some colors pop in. And I was waiting to do a video to scratch off the majority of some of these things. I scratched off a few already, but I think I could do a video scratching off some of the countries I've been, so I'll probably give a little background. We'll see how it goes. I have more than a head, I have a body, just to show that I have one on top. But yeah, so I thought that, well, kind of like B's idea, to kick off this series of this Trini will travel, I will talk about, or I will share the top 5 places I've been. So should I give a background? Travel is something that even before I began to travel, it's something that I think I've been passionate about, something that I know for sure that I wanted to do, to experience different things. However, having traveled, it made me realize the paradise of an island that we have, of a twin island that we have, that is Trinidad and Tobago, that is the combination of so many things that you may grow abroad so many things that you may go abroad to see. Like, we have all of it here in our sweet island of Trinidad and Tobago. So something that I wanted to incorporate as well is local tourists. So local tourists, regional tourists, then international tourists, because I wanted to travel to the various Caribbean islands before I traveled internationally. However, honestly, traveling internationally is sometimes cheaper than visiting Caribbean islands that are just like 1 hour away, 45 minutes away. To go to Barbados is the same price as going to Miami. Like, why? But anyway, so I kind of started this Trini will travel to raise awareness that travel is like, you don't need to go to Miami or go to Fiji or go to these places to enjoy a vacation or enjoy that quality vacation, because you could do those things here in Trinidad and Tobago. There are places you'll go in Trinidad, there are places that you will go in Tobago that you will feel as if you are in a completely different place. But yeah, so I started this Trini will travel basically, well, at first it was to share my travel experience, because sometimes, oh my gosh, so even if I don't experience things for myself, experiencing it through other people, like, usually made me feel a sense of wow, like especially if it's someone that you know or someone close to you, it feels like a more personalized experience than looking at somebody else. So I use the hashtag, although it was kind of long. When my friends travel, I count it as an experience. It's like you see the pictures and it's like wow, it becomes even more real because it's someone that you know that experienced it. So I don't know, it just feels a little more real. That's my thinking. So when I started this Trini will travel, it was really to share my experience with other persons that would encourage them, that you know these things are attainable. It's not like if you're that nice, I don't think I'll ever be able to do it. So you know, so that's kind of how it was founded, and the aim is for it to be a little community. I have a little something going, so that I'm on Instagram as this Trini will travel. You could use the hashtag. People have been using the hashtag this Trini will travel to share anything that they want to share, hikes locally, any trips that they go abroad. So I have a little thing. We have the little community going. That is basically the premise of the Trini will travel. Just to kick off this series, should we call it this series or this portion of the channel, I just thought we should talk about it. Thinking of the top 3 places I've been, one, I would definitely say Tobago, and I'm not being ridiculous. Tobago, so instead of talking of countries, I'll probably talk about like specific trips. So okay, so this is gonna sound very corny, but any trip would be nah, but for real. Okay, so my top 3 trips, and listen, I'm not giving it in any particular order, or should I? Maybe I should just do my favorite memories from trips. Some of my favorite trips include trips to Tobago with friends. I remember in UE, listen, I was responsible for like finding the accommodation, and listen, I used to find some good places because before Airbnb, before there was ever Airbnb, locally there was My Tobago. That website has a listing of all the villas available in Tobago. They have it listed by price, bedrooms, if it has swimming pools, before Airbnb. There was also more regionally known, there was Flipkey, and there was also Home Away from Home. I would scan those sites looking for the best price based on the amount of bedrooms, like swimming pools, listen. And we stayed at a Dolphin Villa, Tobago. That villa was really nice. The hosts were really nice as well. That trip was a lot of fun. Can I find pictures? That trip was a lot of fun. Other Tobago trips also fun as well. So that's on my top set of trips. Next we have, well, Miami. That's where usually I'll go with my sister, but usually we just go to Miami. But there was a time we also went, where did we go? We had, what is called that, like a timeshare or something in Orlando. So we had to drive. Where did we land? We had to drive from Miami to Orlando. That is like a 5 or 6 hour drive. But thankfully we didn't have to drive. So yeah, that trip was fun. That was the first time I drove away on the left, like, because you have to drive on the left hand side. So sometimes, like, if you're driving on your road, you'll be fine. It's when you meet an intersection that's where the difficulty arises. But that was a fun experience. Another, so there were like 2 other Miami trips that like stand out in my mind. So one of them, we went to New York, we went to New Jersey, we went to Boston, etc. So we decided that we had to do Miami. Like Miami is our thing. So we left New York, went to Miami for like a day, and then we got our flight to Trinidad. We missed our flight. Partially because of me, I always like to push things close. You know, we can make it. But when you go away, a lot of Uber drivers are usually Spanish persons. And at that point in time, we knew who was president of the United States of America. And the stigmatization, I guess, of certain types of immigrants were very apparent. And the Uber driver we got, first of all, we chose a hotel specifically that had transport to the airport, because the airport is a good distance away from like the Miami Strip, like where people really go to in Miami. We specifically chose a hotel that had that shuttle for free. The shuttle left before the set time and didn't say anything, because the shuttle didn't meet in front of that hotel. There was like a certain point and it left before the specific time. So then we had to get to Uber. The Uber was a Spanish guy. Trinidad is not the only place with traffic. Miami traffic, LA traffic is stink. New York traffic is stink. Anyway, it was traffic time. The traffic was very bad. The police pulled over our driver, asked him for his papers, walked away for about a good 20-25 minutes, half an hour. I legitimately wanted to call another Uber. I did call another Uber. He said, you know, he wouldn't charge us because, you know, it's not our fault or anything. Got another driver, got to the airport. The gate closed like a minute before. And let me tell you, those international airports, it's not Piaco. Piaco has 14 gates. These airports have 60, 80, 100 gates over. So imagine you coming in with your little domestic flight at gate 26, or you're coming in with your American domestic flight on gate, let me say 67. The gate leaving to Trinidad is gate 14 on the other end of the airport. On the other end of the airport. So even if you make it past the counter, you still probably have a good 10 to 15 minutes before you make it to the gate, the actual gate to get onto the plane. So listen to me. I don't know, in those movies where you feel like everything stopped, like you want to cry, like I felt like if I could cry, I didn't know what could happen. Like, I was like, you know, even if I can't go, you know, see if I can get my sister on the plane, like see if she can get on the flights, like I can manage myself, like let's see what we can work out. And she was saying, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you, thing. I finally got her to let my sister go. So she's like, well, let's see if she can make it. So she actually got up to the gate, but by the time she got up to the gate, and she's like, well, I'm seeing that we have the ticket for 2 persons. She's like, well, let me see what I could do, thing. Whatever. So the other person who my sister got at the gate ended up, like, she said, you know what, well, I could put you all on another flight. The next flight is tomorrow morning. This is the hotel you could get how much % off. So we didn't have to pay like the full price for the hotel because it was like an overnight. It was a late flight. So listen, that trip definitely stood out in my mind. And then the next trip that stood out is, it happened to be B and I. Well, I mean happen, but we got to see Beyoncé in concert. Yeah, so we got to see the On The Run 2 tour, and it's actually funny because while we were young and dumb, we basically did a one-night trip to Miami to go see Jay-Z when he did his 444 album. It was like $3,000. We probably spent like $3,000 total. It was like, you see this? You want to do this? And like we did it at the beginning of the week for the flight. That was like some dumb young shit we did. And then it so happened that he won a competition from Digicel to go see Beyoncé in concert. So that trip, all expenses paid. What is a better trip than that? What is better than that? Nothing. Like, why would you complain? The only thing I will complain about is that the hotel was trash. I'm pretty sure it was a very cheap hotel. The hotel was trash. The hotel was away from everything. It was one of those stadiums are in the middle of nothing. So it was a hotel specifically for when the stadium has activities, it has somewhere to stay. It wasn't meant for staying in Miami. So we were not around where the action was, but that was fine because I think we had at least like 4 days. So yeah, that trip, I'll probably put in some clips. That trip, listen, we are blessed. Amen. And then the next trip that stands out in my mind was the last trip I actually took in 2019 going into 2020. And like when I say what is to be will be, like what is for me is for me, everything happens for a reason, I believe these things. I took my vacation for 2019 and I was grappling with the fact if I should take all my vacation days for 2020 in January, or if I should just take some and stretch it out in a year in case I wanted to take another trip. Another trip in 2020, you say? Yes, sis. We'll see how that would have worked out. So I actually took all my vacation days for 2020 in January. So I basically had a 1 month trip so I left the 23rd around there, the 22nd or the 23rd. And I came back like in the middle of January, which was the best thing I could have done. That ended up happening. But just a trip on a whole. I went to Italy, Milan. I also got to visit my friend in Pordenone. That's more North Italy. So yeah, of course, I was proposed. I got engaged. Of course, it would be on top of the list as well because I got engaged. We went to Florence, we went to Pisa, we went to should I call it by the real name? We went to Firenze, Roma. We went to Florence, we went to Rome, Pisa, and we also went to London to check my aunts. So, you know, it was a really nice trip. I got to experience different things. So yeah, that is it. Those are like some of the trips that stand out in my mind. Of course, all trips stand out, but those are the main trips that kind of stood out in my mind. I just thought I would share it with you as we kick off this Trini Will Travel. If you want to support, you know, on other platforms, you can check out my website, thistrinywilltravel.com, and subscribe to the newsletter so you can see when I post my little blogs or my little content and stuff like that. And let's form a community. So yeah. Since this is the last video, I just want to say again, thank you for 1 year. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments. You know, liking the video, be sure to like the video, be sure to leave a comment. You know, we're not at 100 on leaving comments, but if you know a thought come up in your mind, just comment and say, yeah, I feel you. If you comment 3 times, I'm going to reply to all. But anyway, again, thank you for a year on YouTube, and I can't wait to see what this next year holds. So bye. The next video I'm gonna post is on Thursday. Just a little random unboxing, a chaotic unboxing, but yeah, y'all can look out for that video on Thursday, and I'll see you guys. Bye.